Good afternoon and welcome to Padre's Ponderings from the chapel.
Hola. Hola.
Very good.
Hola. What is the French word in there? You know, I heard on the I was listening to BBC
Bonjour.
this morning. Huh? Bonjour?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
You took French.
Yeah.
Long time ago, but.
Yeah, a long time. Bonjour, that's right. Anyway, on BBC this morning, they said that the French people, one of the struggles that they've been having is to maintain the use of their language. And now there's this UN kind of thing. And for you to participate in that, you have to fill in the application in English. And so the French government was all upset about that the world's starting to take away some of that national identity. And English is just sucking in there, you know. So, but anyway, that's another story. Bonjour. For the French, I'll say that, bonjour. Au revoir is at the end. That's good night, I think, or goodbye or something.
Merci is thank you. All right. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, rolling.
Thank you very much. I went to the mailbox yesterday.
You did.
I did.
Did you have a little nugget from me there?
From the Church of the Cross. Yes, I
Okay.
did. Tomorrow is November the 1st, All Saints Day, but it also marks stewardship season
Yes, it does.
at the Church of the Cross. So the sermons for the next 4 weeks, well, 3 weeks because Advent starts, will be geared towards stewardship.
So it's the services, let me see, the 4th, the 12th. There's only 2 of them that, and then the next week is Thanksgiving when you turn everything in, the 19th. Mm-hmm. So that'd be kind of a Thanksgiving sermon. And then the next week after that, the way the calendar falls, the next week after that is the last week in Pentecost. And the next week is the first week in Advent. So it falls different this year.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Usually the last week in November is the first week of Advent.
Because the fourth Sunday in Advent actually is Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
This year.
So, anyway.
Okay.
So what did you think of the little letter you got there, huh?
I thought it was great. I loved the part, together with God, all things are possible.
Amen. And what do you got in there?
And then this is the card. So this is what you will bring back to services on November the 19th if you're going to be out of town, traveling for Thanksgiving, or if you live a ways away but you still want to give us your pledge.
We have a lot of people that are online
we do.
and all
we
that.
have a lot of people. And give your pledge for 2024, then you just put it in the envelope and you mail it to us.
But now the one side has to do with money, but the other side is just as critical.
Stewardship pledge and your service pledge.
Time, talent, and treasure. And we really need you to look at that back side. And you got the QR code on there.
Yes, we do. We have the QR code. So you check off 2 different choices. I will be serving at the Church of the Cross in 2024. I would like to serve in a new area. So if you're already serving on the Altar Guild, God's Goods, Food Bank, and you're going to continue that in 2024, that's amazing and fantastic. You just don't need to tell us that because you're already on our list for people serving. If you want to add a new ministry, then you can go to that QR code or go to the churchofthecross.debt ministries serve, and you can fill out the survey to let us know other areas you might be interested in.
But if you're going to drop a ministry, you
need to talk to your ministry leader that you're already
right.
working with. You don't need to tell us, the office.
And you ought to think about, if you're doing something during the week, you ought to think about doing something every now and then on a Sunday morning or a Saturday afternoon service, something like that.
That's a great point. A lot of people serve like at Food Bank. It's on Monday, but once a month. You could serve as a reader or a chalice bearer or a reader.
Hospitality, greeter.
I mean, there's tons of opportunities for that. Because it takes at least 150 people per weekend. Security
is another one. There's Sunday
Safety.
School. Well, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, at least 150 people to run 5 services. Yep. So, and we don't want to use the same 150 people every week because
that's right.
We want to be able to share.
Yep.
Not have people pigeonholed in one area. So excited to see what God has in store. And so with pledges, all of our budget for next year is based off of what comes in, correct?
We budget. But one of the things that we'll go ahead and have we're working on budget now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big operation there. And then we just say our prayers, and people say their prayers. That the promise is that money follows ministry, and God funds the resources, and invariably it works out that the pledges and offerings that people give are sufficient to fund the ministries. And it's just about when people give their heart to the Lord, the money follows easy. When they haven't given their heart to the Lord, then they'll fight you over their wallet. They'll fight you. So, but I'll preach about that a little bit.
And time.
And
everything else.
Everything else.
When your heart's hardened.
Yep, everything else. But looking forward to sermon I got for next Sunday.
You've been working hard on that one. What's it called? I haven't even had a chance to look at it yet.
I need to speak to you.
Heard that. That's going to be one of those.
It's one of those. That's right.
Is
It's one of those.
Filled with
It's one of
truth
those.
and wisdom.
And your mom was getting me all pumped up,
Okay.
She gave me a new,
How can you have
apple
a
cider
new,
vinegar,
right?
Thing that new this morning. Had a little stir thing right there. She said, "This is what the astronauts used to drink."
Oh, wow.
I said, "What?" She said, "Tang. Remember Tang?"
Yes.
And she said, "This tastes just like Tang."
But it's not Tang, right?
But it's not
'Cause that's
Tang.
chemicals.
It's not Tang. No, it's got. She said Tang had a lot of sugar and stuff like that. No, so no Tang to this. It's apple cider vinegar with a orange, or I don't know how they gave you the flavor or something.
Okay,
like that.
so she's trying a different flavor.
But she set me up with, this is the same thing the astronauts drank. See.
Okay.
So, anyway.
They do still sell Tang though, because that's in the recipe for Russian tea that we always have around Christmas
Yeah,
time.
that's good too.
That's good stuff. It's loaded with sugar too.
Do they call it Russian tea because the Russians went to space?
No, well, I don't know actually. I have no idea. I'll have to look up the origin of that. But it's a very spicy, cinnamon, cloves. It's yummy. This time of year, I start thinking, it's about time for.
It is.
Because tonight's going to get down to 43 degrees.
Really? I was wearing this
You're
sweater.
prepped.
Wearing this sweater today because it's not quite. It's wetter weather in the morning, but in the afternoon it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
So I have to take it off, But once we start getting down there like that, then I can wear my other sweaters. I think.
It's not going to stay. I think it's like 43 tonight, and then it goes up to 60s again. So it's just a quick little blip.
Yeah, I like the sweater weather.
Quick little blip.
All right, what else you got going?
We got new cards. The men's fall barbecue is on Friday, November the 16th at 6 p.m. So there's a QR code there to sign up and to pay. It's $5 per person. So that's new.
And that's men at the Mission Mall.
At the Mission Mall, men. And on the back is information for men's ministry if you're interested in learning more about what the men are doing and what their focus is. And so that'll be good. So that's the men's barbecue.
But they can go on the webpage and find out about men's ministry
Absolutely.
too. They don't have to have a card.
Absolutely.
And you sign up for that men's barbecue on the webpage?
Mm-hmm. You sign up, you can use the QR code or go to the events page on the website and sign up and pay all in one spot.
Good.
Which seemed to have worked out really well.
Wonderful.
People have jumped on board with that, which is great. Thank you. Christmas market is November 18th.
New thing. We
New
talked
thing.
about it one time, I think. We had a
Yes,
poster.
Kat came and shared ornaments
That's
with
what we were talking
you
about.
and
Yep.
all like that. So maybe next week I'll see if I can borrow. There is an artist that makes birdhouses of different churches and buildings all over the place. He's not from here. He visited the church and he created a birdhouse. It is stunning, of the Church of the Cross. And part
Really?
of the Christmas market is we're going to raffle that birdhouse off. It's beautiful. It's meant to be outside, but I'd put it inside somewhere. It's just beautiful. And it is a birdhouse to look like the historic campus.
Wow.
So that's a part of
You
it.
can bring that so we can show that.
Yeah, I'll see if Kat or Sonia can pop it in.
But they have a lot of crafts there. That's just something extra that they're having.
Baked goods. The Daughters of the Holy Cross are going to be there. The American Heritage Girls are going to be there. Some of the students in the school choir, I think, are going to be singing. So some of it's outside and some of it's inside. Little tabletop Christmas trees, more oyster shell crafts than you can think of. It'll be great.
And this is the kind of thing you invite somebody to come to.
Oh, yeah, make a morning of it. We'll have hot chocolate, and I don't know if they're doing like apple cider, but outside, it's fun. The setting.
It's in the parish hall.
On its own. It's in the parish hall and outside on the historic campus. So it'd be fun to go with your girlfriends and then go eat lunch on Calhoun Street. Make a day, make a morning of it. And that starts at 9 a.m. and runs through 1 p.m.
And the ladies been working on that all year.
Ladies have literally been working on it all year.
And then after this, then they'll take December off and then crank back up again.
And then
crafts.
Probably convene in January to figure out the vision for November. And it's just a lot of different women who like to get together, and they're doing crafts together. Some are doing crafts at home, and then they'll come in the in-between time. They meet once a month to get together to have community.
When I was talking about on Sunday here in the chapel, I said they probably have some stuff made out of popsicle sticks.
And did you see me shaking my head upstairs? No, we're not in preschool. These are really nice crafts.
Yeah, these are serious crafts. Christmas tree ornaments, I bet they have some of those too, don't they?
Tons of ornaments.
Homemade.
Wreaths for your front door. Wreaths.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I didn't think I was going to be in town for it, but our trip to the Holy Land is not happening, so I'll be here for the Christmas market.
Yeah, that Holy Land wouldn't be safe to go there now. I'm sure they're not letting tourists go anywhere.
Definitely praying for everybody in that situation. So a lot's happening at this beginning of November before Thanksgiving.
Now those things are all right there.
These are
Thanksgiving weekend.
17th and the 18th. Bring the card back the 19th.
Yeah, it's all right there on that.
But the week before, on the 12th, if you could bring back your box filled up for Operation Christmas Child by the 12th, that would be great.
Yeah, people are already bringing them in. They're stacking them up out there.
We're starting to stack them up here at the chapel. You can bring them during the week to the chapel from about 9 o'clock to 4:30 in the afternoon. I would not come at 3.
Oh, all that school traffic.
Because that's dismissal for school. So 3 is not a good time to come on the campus, but 3:30, great. And we'll just be loading those up in the front narthex, because during that week, the school children will be putting all the boxes on trailers to be sent to Charlotte, or sent to the collection location here, and then they will be going to Charlotte.
That's when they line up across the parking lot, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole school's out in the parking lot. They do like a assembly line almost, and they pass the boxes. They music going. And it's fun.
Yep.
It's fun.
That's wonderful.
And a lot of people have taken advantage of our newest addition to the shoe boxes, which is in the e-news, and it's on the website, where you can just click a link and pay $25, and we will pack a box, or the organization will pack a box for you. That's my choice.
But now, if you're packing the box, you got to make sure the box will close. You can't put a baseball bat in there and stuff like that. We've had that, and teddy bears and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, make sure it can fit in the box. And that's always my challenge. That's why this year when I was like, okay, let's give another option for people like me, it was hard, because you'd buy all this stuff.
It's for little children.
Trying to get it all to fit.
And you pick the age for the child.
You do pick the age. There's a brochure. And the age ranges are 2 to 4, 5 to 9, and 10 to 14, and you pick whether you want to give it to a boy or a girl.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. So that's something we've done. How many years have we done this?
It's been a while, a long time. I don't remember. It's been 10, 15 years. We got in on that fairly early on. And I think the driver behind it was, we were in it before we were over here.
Oh, okay.
So we've been doing that for a while. And it's the kind of thing that so many folks in this area, their children and grandchildren live somewhere else. And so it's a way that they can be involved with Christmas and help children all around. Many of our people are very blessed, and they get a great treat, a great joy out of blessing little people, particularly knowing that these are little people all over the world who are not going to have a Christmas like their children or grandchildren are going to have.
Right.
So,
if you go on the website, Samaritan's Purse, they have lots of videos of the children receiving the boxes and just the absolute joy on their faces and receiving a gift. Things that we totally take for granted.
and they put scriptures in there with them.
It's gospel in the language. They give gospel books.
Because it goes all over the world.
In the
right?
language. And you can also, you can scan the QR code on the label that you tape to the outside of the box that you fill, and you can track where that box ends up.
Really?
That's a new thing they added 3 or 4 years ago.
Because they go all over the world.
They go all over the world. So you can click that or go to that QR code, and you can literally track your box.
That's wonderful.
And through that, people have people that in the school I've heard of, they will start corresponding with who gets their box. And that's amazing.
The children, like a pen pal kind of deal.
Right. So it goes beyond just the going to the store and purchasing. Now you have a connection with a child around the world.
And I want to say last year we were like 1,500 boxes.
I think we ended up with, it was close to 1,000 came back.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great.
So lots going on, and then it's Thanksgiving, and
We
then
got
it's Advent.
Food Bank, are they still collecting stuff for Thanksgiving meals for the Food Bank?
Food Bank is still collecting things. They still need items. I just got an email from Craig Pelly about that. They're good on crackers. They don't need any more crackers, but you can still continue to give the other items like green beans and gravy and potatoes, boxed potatoes.
Like you would have on a Thanksgiving meal is the idea.
Yep, and they will be giving those out the Monday before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving week, they'll be giving those out on Monday of Thanksgiving week.
So that the last time to bring the stuff for that would be
that
the
day
19th,
before.
Thanksgiving,
Right.
when we're celebrating Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I always love coming over to the chapel at 9 o'clock and seeing people walking in with their grocery bags
Yeah.
to drop off their items.
So big things are happening at the school this time of year. Children are all fired up, and Thanksgiving coming. I think they have a few days off at
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
and the teachers
time.
are counting down the days until Thanksgiving break because they get the whole week off.
Whoa.
The church office will be open Monday and close at noon on Tuesday, and then close the rest of the week.
So that means we won't have a
Thanksgiving.
pondering that week.
We will not, because you also, I think, have a funeral that
Yes,
day.
I do.
So we will not have a Ponderings.
Yes, I do. Have a funeral that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's just part of it, Just part of it.
All right, besides apple cider vinegar, working on budgets, working on your sermon, did you watch a movie this week?
No. You know what we did? We went back. It's been a long time since that series started. The Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, with
Cumberbatch.
Oh, he's hysterical.
It
He did
really-
such a good job with that role.
It really, and I didn't realize it was only like 3 or 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But there were only 3 or 4 episodes each season.
Mm-hmm.
But it really, to go back through and look at that, and it just, we've enjoyed doing that. And then your mama ordered the Aerosmith for me, so I'm reading on that at night now. Martin Aerosmith. Very good. And then she also got the Bounty trilogy for me, so that's coming behind
Oh, boy.
Aerosmith. So
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie of Aerosmith, but they might have made one a long time ago. But the Bounty, Mutiny on the Bounty they made, they didn't do that. They didn't do the Bounty trilogy, but they did Mutiny on the Bounty.
Several times, right?
Several times, yeah, several times. And we saw advertised a new movie that's coming out.
I did too. Napoleon?
Napoleon.
Right. Comes out on Thanksgiving Day.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it's the same producer and Ridley Scott that did The Gladiator.
Whoa.
So.
And the same man's in.
No,
it's not Russell Crowe.
No, it's is it Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Napoleon.
And you know,
that'll be an epic.
I got my flu shot yesterday.
And you're right sprouted today, so that's good. Sometimes people start feeling a little under the weather.
I was there. I traveled incognito, had on a pair of jeans and sloppy shirt, and snuck into the.
You thought people wouldn't recognize you in jeans?
And I had a sloppy shirt on, and and I slipped in there. Your mama said you can get it anytime up to 4 o'clock, so I got there about 3:45.
Okay.
Got
Smart.
The CVS place on Kitty's Crossing. Not in the Target, I don't go in there, but the other one. So I'm there, and so I'm sitting down, I got my head down, and two or three people in the line, and somebody comes by and says, stops right in front of me, man. He says, "Aren't you Father Owens?" Oh, yes. I said, "I follow you online." Don't know who it was. I follow you online. And then he's gone.
And then he left.
He's gone, yeah.
He didn't want to talk to you.
And he's gone. But the lady was real good, gave the shot, in and out.
I'm finding more and more, because on Sunday, a friend of mine said that her daughters were watching the service, and so when they walked out of service at Cross Point, her daughters were texting, and one was in Greenville and one was in Charleston on Sunday, and they're texting about the sermon to mom and dad because they're watching online. So you never know who's watching. But this week, so it's interesting because I get the analytics for the website. Our viewing audience in New York is now smaller because they're back here.
Oh.
So it's about half. We still have almost 500 views in New York,
but the numbers,
but it was closer to 1,000.
I'm trying to think of what we call them.
Snowbirds.
Yeah, they're back. Yeah, that's because it's fixing to snow up there.
Yes, in some places it already had.
Whoa.
So it's interesting to see. And then somebody else said, another friend of mine said, I started coming during COVID because I was watching online.
That whole online thing is just amazing. How it serves people in ways you wouldn't have thought of, and how it blesses the congregation and blesses them, of course, and it just expands the reach of the gospel. It just does. And yet, so many folks, as soon as pastors and preachers, as soon as COVID was over with, boy, they couldn't wait to get out of that online thing.
Well, it doesn't replace coming and being a part of community, but there are certainly times, like I know somebody that goes to 528 and then on Sunday morning watches 9 and 10:30. But it doesn't replace being in person in community.
They get out of it because
it does help some people for sure.
But they get out of it because it takes a lot of prep, it takes a lot of support people and all the rest of that, and it takes the technology. But we're blessed to have that. Praise God. We
are. All right, well, give us a last something to think about when it comes to stewardship and all of that, since people will start getting those in their mailboxes if they haven't already. So give us a parting thought on that.
There's a chip in there, and if you don't open it, you can get shocked.
Not true, okay. All right, what is something true that we can share?
Something true is, we talk about how thankful we are and how the Lord's blessed us in so many ways, and yet a lot of times it's just lip service. And God blesses you so you can bless others, and the way that you've chosen to bless others, being in a congregation here, is in and through the church. Give your time. You don't have to play golf all the time or pick a ball or whatever it is that keeps you rolling, but give your time to help somebody else. Give your time to serve. It's not about you being served, it's about you serving other people. And we could lose sight of that and just think that the whole world revolves around us and that we're the center of everything when we're not. The Lord is the center of everything. And if we lose sight of that, then we become very self-serving instead of other-serving. So that's a chance for you to get involved, build relationships, meet other people, learn about people, learn from people, and let them see how special you are as you're seeing how special they are. So it's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. The time part of it is huge, just huge. And everybody here's got experiences, and
my goodness, tons.
Nobody's just like you, and there's a place for you. So that's a big part of that, is to get your eyes off of yourself and get involved. Thank God by serving other people. Let them know.
Mm-hmm. And it's important to turn in the pledge card.
Yeah.
Because it does help us with planning and programming and
it's
all
very
of
important.
that.
Very important. There are lots of folks here, but we need more folks who are committed to serve on a fairly regular basis. But we need to know where it is that you want to serve so that we can plug you in a way that really blesses you as you're blessing other people. So the card is really important. And both sides of the card, both sides
are important.
One side has to do with your financial resources. The other side has to do with using your time and talent. And it's not enough to say I'll give you $10. It's about giving yourself. If you give yourself to the Lord, the rest of that comes easy. So let your card, the returning of your card, be a witness to your relationship with the Lord.
And those will be placed on the altars at all services the weekend of the 18th and the 19th.
That's right. There'll be a time in the service when you actually come up, you yourself, and put your card on the altar. It's about between you and the Lord. And so it makes it very personal in every way.
Also, I think that's important. It's between you and the Lord. You don't see these cards. Mm-mm. Nobody on staff sees these cards except for our financial department. Mm-hmm. So, just...
Yep. Nobody sees them. So, it's between you and the Lord. Okay.
All right. Don't forget, fill those shoe boxes or donate the $25 for the shoe box. These need to be turned by November 12th. You can return them any day during the week at the chapel or bring them to services with you across all campuses. Christmas market, November 18th, 9 to 1. Men's barbecue, the 17th at 6 p.m. And your cards, fill those out, pray about it, then fill it out, and bring those back the weekend of the 19th.
One other thing.
Okay.
This Wednesday night is the last of Jonathan's teachings.
Is the last teaching on the parables. If you haven't ordered, or if you're coming and you would like a meal, you need to do that. The form will be disabled probably by 5 o'clock this afternoon.
So if you're coming for meals at 6:15, $5. Teaching is at 7. Sign up ahead of time for the meal. But you don't need to sign up if you're just coming for the teaching. Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock is the
teaching. The idea is come for the meal, stay for the teaching. And if you can't come for the meal, come for the teaching.
All right.
Tomorrow, Historic Campus Parish Hall, Jonathan teaching.
All right. Go in peace, love and serve the Lord.
Thanks be to God. See you when I see you. Blessings to you.